Alright, hello, assalamu alaikum everyone. So I'll just quickly review coordinate geometry with all of you. Okay, coordinate geometry means you just need to learn a couple of formulas and then apply the formulas again and again as per the question asked. So what about the length between 2 points? x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Next is, how do we find out the gradient of a line? Gradient of the line is, gradient between any 2 points is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Midpoint is x1 plus x2 upon 2, comma y1 plus y2 upon 2. Okay, equation of line is y is equals to mx plus c, where m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. Okay, now a couple of pointers. Parallel lines have the same gradient. Perpendicular lines have negative reciprocal gradient. Acha, parallel lines also means points on the same line. Points on the same line or collinear points have the same gradient. Okay? Perpendicular lines have negative reciprocal gradient, meaning if one gradient is minus 1 upon 2, the perpendicular line will have 2 upon 1 and it will become plus. So therefore, what we can establish is that gradient 1 into gradient 2 is equals to minus 1 for perpendicular lines. Okay? Now, how to find equation of the line? Equation of line ke liye we need 2 points. We find out the gradient. So then we pick up any one point. This is the value of x and this is the value of y. Y is equals to mx plus c. Now, y is equals to mx plus 11 will become my equation of the line. So what I have done is I've substituted the value of m, I substituted the value of c, and that's how my equation is ready. Now there are two special cases. In equations. And what are those two special cases? If the line is horizontal or if the line is vertical, then what is the equation of the line? For this one, the gradient is undefined. And equation of the line is x equals to the x coordinate. For this one, the gradient is 0 and y is equals to the y coordinate. Meaning, if this passes through 5, then the equation of line will be x equals to 5. And if this passes through 4, then y is equals to 4 will be my equation of the line. ठीक है? अच्छा जी, अब आ जाते हैं what is perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector means negative reciprocal gradient. Bisector means cuts through the midpoint. So my question will be, find equation of perpendicular bisector of minus 3 comma 2 and 1 comma 5. Meaning, step 1 will be find the gradient. Negative reciprocate, it becomes minus 4 upon 3. So this is what I will use. Now find the midpoint. Midpoint is x1 plus x2 upon 2, y1 plus y2 upon 2. Minus 2 upon 2, 7 upon 2 gives you minus 1 comma 3.5 or 7 upon 2. Now I will use this gradient and this point to find equation of the line. 7 upon 2 equals to minus 4 upon 3. X is minus 1 plus c. 7 upon 2 minus 4 upon 3 equals to c. 21 minus 8 upon 6. 20 minus 7 you get 13 upon 6 is my value of c. So y is equals to m x plus c. That's my equation of perpendicular bisector. Now there's one thing that I missed out while explaining you. When I say a line cuts the y-axis, line cuts the y-axis, meaning 0 comma y. Line cuts the x-axis, x comma 0. So if I say 3y plus 4x equals to 5 cuts the axes at P and Q. This is my question. Find the coordinates of P and Q. Meaning, in this equation, you will first input the value. P can be x comma 0, Q can be 0 comma y. First you input y as 0. The value of x will be 5 upon 4. Then you input 0 in place of y, x, sorry. So y will become 5 upon 3, so it will become 0 comma 5 upon 3. Now they can ask you find the length of PQ. So length of PQ के लिए you will apply the length formula. ठीक है, they can ask you about the midpoint of PQ. Whatever they ask you, you apply that formula. ठीक है, अच्छा जी. अब हमारे पास a couple of more types of questions that they can ask you. Find equation of line parallel to y minus 5x equals 2y minus 5x passing through 1 comma minus 3. Meaning, from the equation, I can find the gradient. How? You know y is equals to mx plus c. The coefficient of x is the gradient. Make y the subject. Individually divide किया ताकि gradient pick करना आसान हो. So this is my gradient. My gradient is 5 upon 2. It's parallel, so it will be the same. My point is 1 comma minus 3. Y is equals to mx plus c. Y is equals to mx plus c. That's going to be my final answer. Okay? If the same question is with find equation of line perpendicular to passing through 2 comma 7. Okay, so first thing is we make y the subject. ये 3/7 ही हो गया. वैसे my bad, I should have made it the subject the other way around. I'll just redo it. I will move this here and this here. So then y is equals to 3x/7. My gradient is 3/7. Negative reciprocate, it becomes minus 7/3. Now y is equals to mx plus c and the point is 2 comma 7. (21 plus 14 gives you 35. LCM जब लेती हूँ तो LCM लेके करती हूँ. -7/3x plus 35/3. This is my equation of line. Now another type of question. K x plus 3 is equals to 5y and 5x minus 3 is equals to k plus 2y are parallel lines. Find the value of k. When I say parallel lines, meaning same gradient, let's make y the subject in both equations and find the gradient. So y is equals to kx plus 3/5. Y is equals to 5x minus 3 upon k plus 2. So my gradient will be k upon 5 and 5 upon k plus 2. I did not divide it individually, but आपको पता होना चाहिए कि अगर ना भी करें तो how do we pick it up? Now, so the gradient here is k upon 5. The gradient here is 5 upon k plus 2. Equate them and solve. Now solve. Take a using middle term breakup or whatever you want to. Now the next thing is O 0 comma 0 A 2k minus 1 comma 2 and B is minus k comma minus 3 are collinear points. When they say collinear, it means they lie on the same line. And same line means same gradient. So I can say gradient of OA is equals to gradient of AB equals to gradient of OB. So I can take any combination. I'll take OA and I'll take OB. 2 minus 0 upon 2k minus 1 minus 0. Minus 3 minus 0 upon minus k minus 0. Let's see how the past paper questions look like. P is the point r comma 4, Q is T comma U. The midpoint of line PQ, midpoint is given. 1 comma 3. That means r plus T upon 2 is equal, comma 4 plus U upon 2. All of this is equal to 1 comma 3. Now, if the midpoint is given, it means the x is equals to x and the y is equals to y. Six minus 4 gives you 2. So I have the value of u. This is my answer. Now next is the gradient of the line PQ. PQ में meaning अब मैं u की जगह I'll put 2. 4 minus 2 upon r minus t, this is equal to minus 1 upon 4. So how do we go about this? 2 is equals to minus 1 upon 4 upon r minus t. This is my second equation. This is my first equation. Solve these two simultaneously. T is equals to 2 minus r. So 8 is equals to minus r plus 2 minus r. T is 2 minus r is... So these three are my answers. Okay? Now, what's the next question? Next question is, the length of DE is root 20. So D is 4 comma 6 and E is E comma E. And length is root 20. So 6 minus E the whole square plus 4 minus E the whole square. I've used x2 y2 minus y1. अच्छा order थोड़े से change कर सकते हैं अंदर, doesn't really matter क्योंकि eventually plus ही होता है. Equals to root 20. Now this root cancels out. So I'm just left with this part of the equation. See how I'm opening it up with identity. 2e square minus 20e plus 36 plus 16, 12. 3, 4, 52 minus 20 gives you plus 32 equals to 0. 8 plus 2 is... These are my two answers. Now, F is the point minus F comma 5F, the gradient of the perpendicular bisector. D point is 4 comma 6. F point is minus F comma 5F. Perpendicular bisector ka gradient is 3 upon 2. That means the gradient of DF is going to be minus 2 upon 3. 5F minus 6 minus F minus 4 equals to minus 2 upon 3. Now, equation of perpendicular bisector is this. First, find out F की value we have. So, my points are of F are minus 2 comma 10 and D is 4 comma 6. Midpoint will lie on perpendicular bisector. Meaning, minus 2 plus 4 upon 2, 10 plus 6 upon 2. So this lies on the perpendicular bisector. When a point lies on a line, you can substitute it in its equation. Okay, that's the end of this question. Let's see if there are we have another question. Very straightforward. Midpoint of AB, 1 plus 4 upon 2, 2 plus 6 upon 2, 5 upon 2, 8 upon 2 becomes 4. Length of AB, 1 minus 4 the whole square plus 2 minus 6 the whole square, the whole under root. 3 square plus 4 square gives you 25, so it will become 5. Gradient of the line AB, 1 comma 2 and 4 comma 6. 6 minus 2, 4 minus 1 gives you 4 upon 3 as the gradient. Equation of the line AB, y is equals to mx plus c. We have the gradient which is 4 upon 3. We can use this point to input 2 minus 4 upon 3, 6 minus 4 upon 3, 2 upon 3. So y is equals to 4 upon 3 x plus 2 upon 3. This is my equation of the line. Now this is interesting where they're saying line of symmetry is x equals to 4. So if this is the line of symmetry, meaning the point A will be reflected to this side. This is 4, this is 1. The distance is 3. So it will be 3 units to the right. That means 4 plus 3 becomes 7 comma 2. So my point of C will be 7 comma 2, and you don't have to do this question. Okay, that's the end of coordinate geometry. I've done quite a lot of difficult questions as well. Agar or bhi, if you want, I can just solve one more. Yeah. Coordinates of the midpoint, you know how to do it. C and D, ये भी आपको मालूम है. Point lies on the line. That means के whatever the equation is, for example, if it's 3y plus 4x equals to 5. Example दे रही हूँ. You input the point 3 minus 9 plus 4 minus 2 equals to 5. Minus 27 minus 8 gives you minus 35. Are they equal? Not equal. Point does not lie on the line. अगर equal हो जाते तो lie करता. L crosses the x-axis. X-axis means x comma 0. यानी कि y की जगह पे you will input 0. So the x value will be minus 5. Line y is equals to p. That means y की जगह पे p डाल देंगे. The coordinates are 4p minus 15 comma 3 comma p. ठीक है, that's about it.